What's going on, guys? More Vikings franchise today, and the Vikings are playing perhaps their biggest game of the year thus far against 7-2 division-leading Green Bay Packers. The Vikings are 4-5, need to get back up to 500 because right now they're not playing their best football, especially since getting Larry Fitzgerald. It's been kind of a disappointment so far with the way the team has played, and so we're hoping that we can bounce back against Green Bay. We're at the Metrodome once again. I've checked the schedule, and we had like 5 home games in a row on the schedule. I've never seen anything like that before. And also, because of last episode, Ponder was unable to get us the victory in the final seconds, and a lot of backlash has been directed towards him because of his inability to make that deep pass and his lack of success this year. You can see his stats right here. He's such a great passer, short and medium routes, but deep is where it's been so iffy, and sure enough, he has the second worst quarterback rating in the entire season right now, and so we're hoping things can step up. And so all we can do is go in and try to play our best game of football that we can against Green Bay. And also, please continue to support the series by leaving a like on the video. It really helps me out. And now we're into the game. So the Green Bay Packers have the ball to open it up here. Actually, they traded 3 and outs with us. Now the Packers have the ball. And here's Aaron Rodgers taking off. He's past Phil Taylor in the first level into the second level with Adrian Wilson trying to get him out of bounds. And we're finally able to track him down after a 20-yard scramble for the quarterback. Then second down and 6. Rodgers fires it over the middle to Greg Jennings, who's going to convert for another first down. That one's good for 11 yards out of the I formation. Handoff James White on the right side, and look at this running room for James White. Touchdown Packers, just coming out like a ball of fire in this game, quickly scoring a touchdown on their second possession. Only took them a few plays to get down the field, and so now we have Adrian Peterson trying to get it going for us. 5 yards in this carry, and now we got third down and 5. Ponder under center, back to throw, and he finds Kyle Rudolph for the first down up past the 40-yard line. Nice 15-yard gain for our number 1 tight end, and it's now second down and 3. Ponder wants to throw again, and he has wide open Larry Fitzgerald for a big gain, about 16-17 yards on the play, and we're actually answering Green Bay with a pretty nice drive of our own. So Ponder on second down and 8, and pretty good downfield coverage by the Packers, and they get the sack on Christian Ponder. Loss of 9 on the play, so now we go shotgun empty backfield for Christian. He's going to sit in the pocket and just heave it deep, going to go for it all on 3rd and 19, looking for Jamez Logan, and he wasn't able to get it to him, so we end up punting the ball to Green Bay. They have it on second down and 1 now. Rodgers hits Greg Jennings again for a first down, this time for 13 yards as we approach the second quarter now. I formation, Rodgers once again under center and throwing. Jordy Nelson over the middle. First down Packers. This passing attack is still very powerful here in Season 5 of the Vikings franchise series. And Randall Cobb. They have kept a lot of the same pieces in place on this team, with Randall Cobb and James Starks now getting the carry. Greg Jennings and Jordy Nelson. We're playing pretty good run defense, but the Packers are a pass-first team anyway, and so we have to stop the pass if we want to be successful. And we do force Rodgers to throw his pass out of bounds. Maybe he threw it out of bounds on his own, whatever you want to call it. We have the ball now. Christian Ponder, and that one's knocked away. Quick pressure, and they were able to get their hands up and knock that one down. So third down and 7. Ponder, once again, it's batted up in the air, and Percy comes down with it for the first down grab. That was ridiculous. I was thinking interception the whole time that thing was in the air, and they measure it. Sure enough, first down Percy Harvin. We'll take it. But now on 3rd and 12, I think we're going to need more than a lucky tip pass here to get a first down. And Ponder's back in the pocket. Pretty good protection. Looking for Larry Fitzgerald. And that's going to be a drop, incomplete. So we punt the ball back to Green Bay now. Only 7-0. Pretty low scoring for any game that Green Bay plays. And wide open is Kellen Winslow for the first down. A big first down. 27 yards in a Minnesota territory. I form. Rodgers is going to throw again. Great protection. Moving in the pocket now. Phil Taylor closing in. He's going to the end zone. Double coverage, and it's going to be incomplete. Looking for Randall Cobb, it looked like there. And now it is third down and 5 for A-Raj, and he goes over the middle. Randall Cobb makes the catch for the first down to the 28-yard line. They're in field goal range now. And now they look to run the ball with James Starks. They hand the ball off left side. Telvin Smith is going to help meet him, and Jared Allen puts him down. And once again, a third down situation. They hand the ball off to Starks, actually. Not going to catch our defense off guard, though. We are ready to stop the run. We force them to a field goal, and we're going to try to get something going here. With a minute left to go in the first half, we take a sack on first down, and so I'll let the clock run a little bit. We're at 50 seconds. We don't want to give the Packers a ton of time if we can't convert here on 3rd and 16. And Ponder going to Larry Fitzgerald, and the strength of Larry gets us the first down. Nice play, Larry. So this first half, we can still make this interesting. Ponder in the pocket on second down. This is why I have Christian Ponder. That throw right there. That is a beautiful pass. And now on second down, we want to get closer now to midfield. They're in Packers territory, actually. And once again on the sideline is Percy Harvin making the catch. We can throw a bomb here. We have 10 seconds to go. 4th and 1. We hand the ball off to Dexter McCluster. Go for it and get the first down. A little bit of a risk, but now with 5 seconds, we're going to go to the end zone. We're going to try for it all here. Ponder back to throw. Left hash going deep. This one's going into the crowd. And so I made a mistake there. I went against my philosophy, which is you always go for the field goal in the first half. You got to stick to what your plans are, I guess. So we're in the second half now, trying to get our momentum back going with no points on that last drive. We get Percy Harvin for a nice catch, and then Adrian Peterson runs into big BJ Araji, and he's going to put him down. And so our momentum looks to be halted here to open up the second half. Packers have the ball now, looking to increase their lead, but Rodgers being chased, and then he's sacked by Jared Allen. Looked like Eric Norwood is also applying some pressure, and now 3rd down and 13. Rodgers all day to throw, and he looks for Robert Woods, and he drops the ball. I don't know how Woods dropped that one. Would have been a first down for Green Bay. So the Vikings have it, and they're going to still throw the ball, and wide open is the ex-Packer Andrew Corliss making a nice play at 23 yards on there. But we want to get our running game going. Adrian Peterson takes the handoff now, makes a cut, 1st down and more. Inside of the 20-yard line, now goes Adrian Peterson trying to cut inside the 10. Big gain for Adrian Peterson. Never know when Adrian's going to bust something off. So now the Vikings are looking to punch it in. 1st down and goal. Ponder in the pocket. Looking end zone. Touchdown, Larry Fitzgerald. It's only Ponder's 2nd passing touchdown on the season, but it came at a great time and puts the Vikings to within 3 points now of Green Bay's small lead. 10-7, and the Packers are punting it later to Mark Harrison, the man who's now in charge of punt return duties. At the 26-yard line, Harrison's going to make a couple of weaves. He's going to go up past the 50-yard line now, and he's actually going to be down at the 50-yard line. So good return from Mark. We hand the ball off to Adrian Peterson up the middle. There's a solid 6-yard carry there. Looks like we had the defense off guard, and it's 3rd down and 3. So can Ponder get this a conversion over the middle? Mark Harrison makes the catch. Sure enough, we do convert. We're in Sebastian Janikowski field goal range now because he has iron leg, or perhaps titanium is more appropriate for Sebastian. And I don't know what I was doing here. I was trying to hit Jamez Logan coming off of his break. I'm trying to predict guys coming off of their breaks and them getting the lead on the receiver, or the cornerback, I mean. And it just never works out the way I think it's going to go. And so it's intercepted by Tramon Williams. Another big mistake I've made here in this series with Christian Ponder. And now Robert Woods makes this catch, doesn't drop this one. And now the Packers have it on 2nd and 10. James Starks up the middle, about 8-9 yards on that carry. And it's 3rd and 2. So can the Vikings stop him here, get the ball back? Yes, they can. James Starks, tackled by Chad Greenway, will lose a yard. So the Vikings playing pretty good defense against this Packers offense. As a whole unit, actually playing pretty well. And Ponder hits Fitzgerald over the middle for a 1st down. That's Larry's 4th catch on the day. Spreading the field out. We got Christian Ponder out of the shotgun, looking right side. Jamez Logan makes his first grab of the ball game, 13 yards. And as you can see here, I'm doing a lot more passing out of the shotgun. It's giving our players some more time to get open, and it's been working out statistically and us getting some more big plays through the air. So I like what we're doing here with this new kind of offensive approach when we need it. And here's Ponder going outside. Larry Fitzgerald on 3rd down. Another conversion for Fitz, the most reliable hands in the NFL. And now we're faced with 2nd down and 9. Ponder back in the pocket playing under center. Wide open is Andrew Corliss inside the 15. Tackled at the 11 to the 10-yard line. And our drive would stall there. We would have to kick a field goal, and Janikowski knocks it home. So 10-10 here with 6:30 to go in the 4th quarter. Can the Vikings pull off this victory against Green Bay? It's been a great 10-10 matchup so far as James Starks goes nowhere. Now 3rd and 2. They're going out of the shotgun. Rodgers, he's dangerous out of the gun, and Jordy Nelson cannot hang on. You can watch the replay here. I'm going to show it. Keyston Terry comes up and knocks the ball free. Nice job, Keyston, forcing 4th down. Vikings are getting the ball. And back deep is Mark Harrison, our 3rd-year receiver out of Rutgers. I believe it's his 3rd year anyway. He makes a nifty move here going backwards. Now looks for open field on the left side. Up past the 35, trying to use some evasive maneuvers. Can't quite get past everybody, so we're at the 36-yard line. And actually, it's 2nd down and 12 now, and Ponder hooks up with Kyle Rudolph. And they don't want to go 3 and out here after getting a big stop on defense. So 3rd and 6, a very important play for Christian Ponder. And the pressure was looking like it was going to get to him very quickly. And he tried to force something to Andrew Corliss that was not there. So the Packers get the ball after a great defensive stand. And Jamel Fleming cannot take down Greg Greg Jennings after the catch. He's shoved out of bounds by Chad Greenway after a catch and run. And now 2nd down and 9. We got Rodgers in the pocket going over the middle of Greg Jennings. He's going to be tackled short of the 1st down. It's 3rd down and 6. So the Vikings are looking for another stop on defense. They've been playing great so far, but James Starks gets a screen pass, and he breaks off a tackle of Adrian Wilson. Stripling giving chase, Fleming giving chase, but it doesn't matter. James Starks is in for the touchdown. Big screen pass from Aaron Rodgers. 55-yard touchdown for Starks, and the Packers have reclaimed a 7-point lead. And once again, the Vikings are playing from behind with Adrian Peterson getting the handoff, and it's ripped out, but it's luckily recovered by a Vikings offensive lineman. That one could have been scary here with only 2:30 to go in the game. Play action, Ponder, and looking for an open man, Percy, but he can't hang on. That'll force 3rd down and 3 as we approach a 2-minute warning. Ponder out of the shotgun again. McCluster's the running back. And wide open over the middle is Mark Harrison, getting us to the Vikings logo midfield for Harrison, making some nice plays in this game. 2nd and 15 after a false start, and Ponder's going to go over the middle for Percy Harvin. Makes the catch. He's hit hard, but he's short of the 1st down marker. 3rd down and 1, and they have no intentions of running this football. They are going to throw Ponder, and it's almost intercepted. It was knocked down, almost then caught by Dexter McCluster. Wanted that quick pass on the outside, and so what do you do on 4th and 1? You put the ball into the hands of the best player on your football team, Adrian Peterson. Spin move, see ya. Got reservations for 6, and Adrian Peterson is not going to be late. Touchdown Minnesota as Peterson takes the team, puts him on his back, and puts him in the end zone. Touchdown Minnesota. This game is locked up at 17 apiece. And so now with a tie game, can the Vikings defense make another great stand and try to get the ball back in the hands of Christian Ponder? We got Aaron Rodgers once again out of the pocket, very dangerous. Gets a big gain now in Vikings territory. Then on 3rd down and 10, Rodgers, his only option looks like was to go down to James Starks and check it down. Otherwise, we would have to take a chance deep, and so sure enough, guys, we have a chance to win this in regulation with Mark Harrison making this catch over the middle. Under 10 seconds to go, and that'll bring up 4th down and inches. So we run the clock down to 2 seconds now. We want to set up a hook and ladder play, but Harrison could not pitch it as he was tackled immediately after catching the ball, and we are headed to overtime here in the Metrodome. We have Rodgers standing across from Christian Ponder as they await to see who will get the ball to open up this overtime session. And the Minnesota Vikings will have the first chance in this sudden death overtime. We get the ball from our own 18-yard line, 2nd down and 7. Ponder, quick pass outside Larry Fitz. He stays in bounds. He's going to be pushed out 1 yard short of the 1st down marker. We're going to hand the ball off to Toby Gerhart. 1st down and more. Up to the 35-yard line goes Toby Gerhart, 10 yards in that carry. And now from the 35, Ponder's going to throw it out of the pocket. Hit as he throws and overthrows Kyle Rudolph. Pretty good coverage there. Just overthrew him a little bit on that lob. So 3rd down and 7. Christian Ponder back in the pocket, looking for his open man, and he overthrows Percy Harvin, who was open, going towards the sideline. And you can see what Ponder had to stare at. This guy coming right at him, just buries him in the turf, and he overthrew Percy Harvin. So Aaron Rodgers and the Packers have the opportunity now to win this game on the road. And Rodgers wants to go DPS. Kellen Winslow makes the catch in bounds, and the Packers have a 1st down in Minnesota territory. What a play from Kellen Winslow. And it's 2nd down and 7 now. They're at the 36-yard line. Handoff to James White. He's going to break a tackle running over Keyshawn Terry. 1st down, and the Vikings run defense is not holding up here when we need it late in the game. It's been a long game for them, but man, we got Alex Green now busting off a nice carry to the 15-yard line. And now the Packers bring out their field goal unit for the win. Snap, spot, kick, left hash. Russell Wilson holding, kick is up, and good for the Green Bay Packers. They knock off the Minnesota Vikings here in the Metrodome here in Week 11 of the Minnesota Vikings franchise series. That was a great game. Adrian Peterson was very clutch in the 4th quarter, and sadly Ponder was not in overtime with that overthrow on Percy Harvin. So it wasn't a great game for Ponder. He did throw a touchdown in this game, but 20-17. If the Vikings are going to go to the playoffs this year, they have to win these close-scoring games. Kellen Winslow was a big reason why the Packers won with that big catch in the overtime session, and the Packers did a great job of applying pressure. But next up, the Minnesota Vikings conclude their 5-game homestand. That's ridiculous, against the San Francisco 49ers. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting the series, and I'll see you guys next time.